With them also now was Devil Dodger and 5-Star Anvil, that third quarter, in 30 even as they come to the corner. The pacemaker is still Sir Lincoln over on the inside. From on the outside of its Supremacy, Pembroke Benny awaits the passing lane run. Wider out there we've got the wild card, then Statesman, it's Sir Lincoln. Pembroke Benny about a half length away. In behind them then we've got down the outside 5-Star Anvil, Sir Lincoln, Pembroke Benny and Jackalembra, but Sir Lincoln too big, too strong.
Yeah, it was a good effort from the unruly position, so he had to do a bit of work, so it was a really good run.
Yeah, he stepped off pretty well, and it was a bit radical in terms of pace up front. You were caught 3 wide. Of course, Statesman tried to poke in between you and the horses on the rail, but you finally got around to the part, and then you just took all luck out of the equation and took him to the front.
Yeah, Ray said he's pretty fit, so and he likes racing in front, so away we went. Yeah.
How confident were you coming around, say, the 400 metres? You feeling pretty good?
Yeah, he felt really good, and but there's some good sprinters on him my back, but he might be a bit more forward than them.
All right. New Zealand Cup campaign continues?
Yeah, I hope so.
Zach Butcher, you drove Pembroke Benny in the Spring Cup, fresh up third. What do you think?
Yeah, no, real happy with him. Probably needed the run really in the end. He only had the one trial leading up into it, but he did a little bit of work during the race and finished it off well enough. He just probably come to the end of it that last 50, but no, we're real happy.
Any idea of where to next?
Not sure. Probably Barry. Just thinking about it. I don't know. He's got a few options. Race here next week, or it might be a fortnight or something like that. But just go back to the drawing board and see how he works during the week and what is for him, and go from there.
Overall, though, you're happy?
Yeah, no, really happy with him. He should improve off the run.
Gold Ace cruising up on the outside of it, and then we've got on the inside, running third to Monty Kringle, 2 lengths away JD Fortune, and then Excuse Maker coming wide easy on the eye round the corner. Mac Banner to line them up now. Mac Banner and Monty Kringle getting through, and Gold Ace is starting to storm home as well down the outside, and that's Mac Banner and Gold Ace the outside, and Mac Banner's trying to kick back, but Gold Ace, he's pretty smart, he's going to win it narrowly, and pulls out and wins by about a head on the line. Will beat Mac Banner, followed easy on the eye, and Monty Kringle in the photo.
There's a look at the Spring Cup last week and also the workouts for Gold Ace. Firstly, Craig, speaking about Sir Lincoln, it wasn't that long ago that we weren't going to see him at a standing start, and understand he did get his leg over the hopple before the start, so for all that to go wrong and he still stepped away well, it's good news.
Very good news for the connections, isn't it, Jess? What harness racing can do in 12 months. This time last year, we're talking about a horse that just couldn't get away from a standing start. This time in, really, to be fair, he's been faultless. He's gone to 3 trials, stepped away every time. Race night, standing start, they stood for a long time. Had every reason not to step away, and he stepped away beautifully. Got the front at the mile, Jess, and basically the race was over after that, because we know once he finds the front, he's a very hard horse to get past. And he had race fitness on his side, a couple of them going into a run with only a couple of trials under their belt. I thought Jackalembra very good, settled 3 back on the fence. I thought it found the line really nicely. They'll obviously take the approach and head south with him. Of course, Pembroke Benny, we'll talk to Zach in depth after the race. We caught him there talking to Johnny Bright. He said that the horse blew quite badly after the race. He'll improve his stack with it, and I think they've got to be very happy with the way that he's come up. He's now an 8-year-old, Jess, so he'll need a run or 2 under his belt. But yeah, the first 3 home, very good. A long way back to the 4th horse, 5 lengths to find Devil Dodger. 2:44 home in 57, last quarter 27. Very hard for anything to make ground from back in the field.
Yeah, it was certainly great to watch that. Greg, as we head to you, Gold Ace on the back of that workout, there's been a lot of talk about him.
Yeah, certainly has, Jess. He was quite outstanding. What you didn't see there was he actually missed away, galloped away for a few strides. He came down pretty quickly, had to sit outside Mac Banner and home in 55 and 27-2. He looked very forward for the Avon City Ford Cup on Friday night. Can't wait to see him. I thought his stablemate, Easy on the Eye, was quite outstanding as well, making up many lengths on those. Mac Banner did step a whole lot better, so yeah, really pleased with him as well. So a few positives coming out of that workout for sure. In terms of the movers around the rankings, Jackalembra's made a bit of an impact on the rankings as well. So yep, not surprised to see that off the back of its Spring Cup performance. So yeah, bit of a movement for that. One of the other big movers has been Taylor Spring from 33rd into 27. There has been 3 withdrawals, so that has played a part there. But yeah, Jackalembra into ranking at position number 20. So yeah, it's making its way in the right direction. I can tell you a bit of news, Jess, out of the Purdon camp. Sushi coming out of the Avon City Ford Cup. Just a slight blood disorder, so no major problems there. So he won't take his place on Friday night, but I know they're very pleased overall with him. I put it to Mark Purdon about his stable Star Auckland Reactor as to where he'd be compared to where he was this time last year when winning the Avon City Ford Cup. He said clearly not as good as what he was going into that race. Can he win it? Yeah, he probably still can, but I think he might need a little bit of luck to be able to do that. Mark said the best chance for the All-Stars team would be Sleepy Trip, and he's pretty confident that he'll go a very good race. Of course, Highview Tommy should improve a fair bit with it as well. Craig, as we come to you to talk about the market, the only thing that concerns me going back to the Spring Cup was Sir Lincoln. I pick up the paper on Sunday and see John Street's mentioning things that need to be told to starter Peter Lamb. I don't know if that's the right way to go about it, because this is a horse that 18 months ago wasn't even going to start in any more standing starts, and now we've got one of the owners telling the starter how the Cup should begin. It is a standing start after all, and clearly last Friday night it wasn't.
Well, that's right, Greg. They held him up for a long time, and luckily for him that he did step on the right foot. As we mentioned earlier in the show, 12 months ago, he wasn't doing it right, but he's progressing in the right direction. And Peter Lamb, he does a very good job in the South Island, and I'm sure he'll get a clean start in the New Zealand Cup this year. Cup movers this week, Greg. I talked to Steve Richardson in depth this afternoon. Really not much happening. I think a lot of punters are waiting to see what happens in the Avon City Ford on Friday night as a guide to where they place some money heading into the New Zealand Cup. What he did say was the bet that's the largest this week was on Sushi, which is quite ironic because he's been scratched for Friday night. $1,000 at $10 on Monday morning. So he has come out of Friday night's event, but that's the largest bet this week. We look at the market as it stands at the moment. Terra to Love 6 into 450. Well, I think he's in the right direction. He's really trialling brilliantly at the moment. Auckland Reactor 5 to 6. He may need this week's run. Gold Ace. Well, I thought he got his head round quite badly on that last bend at Rangiora. Looking at that video, still not steering that tractable, but very good and winning some good sectionals. Down the bottom of the list, Mac Banner out to 21. Of course, the mover Sir Lincoln into $12 on the back of his Spring Cup win on Friday night. But as I say, not many moves into the New Zealand Cup this week. What I can tell you is out of the Avon City Ford event, punters that invested into that event yesterday and this afternoon, up until 4 o'clock, there'll be a 9% deduction with a scratching of Sushi. So if you had an investment into the Avon City Ford before 4 o'clock this afternoon, there will be a 9% deduction in that event, Jess.